Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here, please consider subscribing to my channel. So today I'm gonna tell you about my backup bottles and I'm gonna show you what I have and I'm gonna share my thoughts on backup bottles. Are they worthy or not? So in my opinion, the backup bottles, well, what is the backup bottle? The backup bottle is when you say you have a bottle, right? Like behind me, there's Versace Time for Pleasure, and this is the fragrance that I like so much. And I have it at the moment, I'm using it, and I do have a backup of it. So I have an extra bottle that I have, well, in this case, I have actually opened it. I have opened it and I have used it, obviously. So to kind of understand if this fragrance is okay or not, because this is a discontinued fragrance and is quite old fragrance, so I had to be sure that the fragrance that I've bought is good. So this is basically the backup bottle. So in my opinion, the backup bottle is worth buying when there's the fragrance that you have been using in the past and then you see it on the market, the fragrance that is being discontinued, and you have difficulty finding it, and then out of the blue you can find it in the store because the store has been having this bottle unsold and now it's like on sale. So in this kind of case, I think it's worth getting this bottle, but the price should be right. So the price shouldn't be high. In my opinion, like 30 euros is like that at most that I can get, that I can pay for the bottle of the fragrance that is no longer in production for so many years. And this one I got it for around 30 euros, and I think, in my opinion, is like um, is the highest price point, because it's just like you taking this money and you just throwing them away in case this fragrance is not good, right? So it should be a lower price point, in my opinion. So or then another case when the backup bottle is kind of justifiable is when, say, you like a fragrance. Like, I like this fragrance. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all times. This is Jo Malone English Parent Frisia. And I love this fragrance, and I think that the pair that is in here is one of the best pairs that is out there on the market. So this is the backup bottle that I have. I got it because I've got it on sale. This bottle at the moment, like just like it is, it's 30 ml, it costs 75 euros. I got it for 30. So this fragrance is in production. You can get it even today. But I know that I like this fragrance. I know, well, I have the bottle of this fragrance in here and I'm using it. And I know that I will be using it. So why don't I get a bottle now on sale? I got it because it was like kind of limited. Well, it was not a limited edition, it was an edition for Christmas. So so if it's not sold on Christmas, this packaging is not sellable after that. So it was heavily discounted. Excuse me, I have to take a sip of my water. And I have also to check out my lipstick, which is a very beautiful lipstick by Nars. This is like that, and it's Roseland. But I'm gonna be putting all this information in the info section, obviously. So anyway, so if you have a bottle of fragrance that is no longer in production and it doesn't cost a lot, or you have a bottle of fragrance that is still in production, you can easily get it, but then it's in some kind of special edition packaging or something like that, so it's heavily discounted, because if it wasn't if it's not sold like for Christmas, the same package for Christmas, like the next Christmas, it's not gonna be the shops are not gonna sell it. because next Christmas that's gonna be a new packaging, right? So they have to get rid of these packages that are unsold. So this is a perfect opportunity to get the same fragrance for the fraction of the price. So I'm gonna show you my backup bottles. I'm gonna start, well, obviously with this one that I have already shown you. This is the beautiful fragrance that I love it, and I have an emotional attachment to it because I've got it when I was on my first ever work trip. I was young, very young. I was 19, maybe like pushing 20, but I mean, and it was I've got it because I felt myself, I'm so grown up. And well, the working trip, it wasn't really far from my house. It was like 160 kilometers, but still I felt myself like wow. And so I got this fragrance, so I have this emotional attachment to it. So, and when I saw it on this in the store, and it costed so like, it was like 30 years, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take it. So that's why I have a backup of it. This one is a fragrance that is actually in stores at the moment, but the price point was so good that I have decided to take it because I like this fragrance. This is the Estee Lauder Pleasures, and this is 15 mils, and I got it, I wanna say, for 8 years probably, yeah. And this is a nice fragrance, a nice, very flowery, beautiful, and the flowers are very nice and fresh. And this huge bouquet of flowers, you can get flowers of all kinds, of all sorts. And this is the fragrance for some reason, and this is not a new fragrance, this is a fragrance that has its years already, but this fragrance is very nice and it doesn't smell dated. It's good, it's genuinely good fragrance. This is the fragrance that I have found it on sale, and I was astonished because this is the fragrance that I actually so much love. This is the Givenchy Irresistible Blossom Crush. This is the fragrance that I'm just pointing at it, and I got it for 17 euros, and this is the 30 mils, and this is the bottle that I actually have at the moment. And from 30 mils I have like 7 mils left. So I love it. It's very nice and very fresh, very flowery. It has peony, it has some kind of citrusy beginning, citrusy opening, very nice and very light. But you can actually feel the lightness of flowers, especially in spring. Nice. I love it to bits. So when I saw it on sale, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. And for 17 euros, I mean, you can't really beat the price, right? So that's why I have a backup of this one. Next is the bottle of Yves Saint Laurent Cinema, that I have been loving cinema fragrance for years and years. So I found this one in the store, and it actually has the old price on it, 39.90 for 35 mils. So these prices, they don't exist anymore, right? And so this lady that they were selling this fragrance, I told her, like, you know what, I'm gonna buy it, and I paid like 10 euros for that. I'm gonna buy it, but still I'm kind of cautious about, well, can I just open it up and test it with you, and if it's not good, I'm not gonna buy it, right? And she told me, yeah, sure, go ahead. So I opened it up, we smelled it, it was brilliant. So I'm so happy. So this is the fragrance I love. This is the fragrance, this is the true beautiful and nice designer luxury scent fragrance. So good, it is so good. This is a fragrance that up there. So this is the fragrance that actually my friend got me gift card in the store, and I have added like some euros to this, and I got this fragrance. This is the Guava Goddess by Donna Karan. And every time I would spray this fragrance, I always remembered about my friend. because you know it gave me this kind of a memory. And I was like, I wasn't actively using this fragrance because I was afraid to go out of this fragrance and not having this memory anymore. And then on sales, I've got this one. This is the same fragrance, and I don't know if you can see, probably not, but the price of this is 69 and 90, and I got it like heavily discounted. It was like 70+% discounted. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. So I got it, and it's beautiful. It's not a complicated fragrance, but you know, it reminds me of my friend. The fragrance, I love this fragrance because it's light, it's fresh, it's airy, it's a little bit of mandarin, it's a little bit of this passion fruit. It's very nice, and it's very like kind of tropical, but not like heavy tropical. Beautiful tropical fragrance. So yeah, it's a win-win situation for me, so I've got it. And yeah, and I'm now using it heavily. So this is the fragrance. I'm a fan of Lady Gaga, so here is the fragrance by Lady Gaga fame, and I have a backup bottle of it. This is a very peculiar fragrance. It's black, and you might think that, oh my gosh, it's gonna stain hell out of your clothes. No, it doesn't. It doesn't stain. And I've got this fragrance for 10 euros because when it was discontinued, like we had stocks and stocks of this fragrance, and it was like 10 euros of for piece, and it's 50 mils, right? Yeah, it's 50 mils. And yeah, and I've got it. I've got one, and I'm kind of regretting that I've got only one. Yeah, it's a very beautiful, very nice white flower, a little bit intoxicating, but just a little bit. Very beautiful fragrance, very particular because it's black. It looks intimidating in the bottle. In my opinion, it's one of the best fragrances when it comes to fragrances from celebrities. I also like Truth or Dare by Madonna. It's not available anymore as well, but these are one of the best ones on the market. So next one, and next one is the fragrance that I actually have two bottles opened. This is the bottle of it. It's like 25 ml, and I also have a bigger bottle in there. And this is Paraiba by Bulgari, and this is the fragrance about it's about going to the beach, the seaside, and the friends, and cocktails, and spending time in the hot evening or hot midday. Beautiful. So cocktails and friendship and having good time on the sand, in the sea. This is about it. For me, this is it. Beautiful, beautiful, very nice fragrance. I got this one because it was at such good price point, and I knew anyway that I love this fragrance, and I use this fragrance, and yeah, so I have this too, and I love it. I have several others, and this is the case where I got this fragrance because it was at the beautiful price point. It's a good price point, but this fragrance is totally available, and I hope it's gonna be available for many years to come. So this is the Angel by Mugler, and this is Eau de Parfum, and this is like this kind of refillable version of it. And I have two Angels opened at the moment, so this is my third Angel, the closed one. This is a nice fragrance. It has a lot of things going on. It has chocolate, it has fruits, it has flowers. It's very intoxicating, it's very strong, it's very beautiful, very feminine. I love this fragrance to bits. So I'm sure this is one of the most famous fragrances out there, so it doesn't need an introduction. So I have a backup of this one, as well as I have a backup of this one, and you probably know about this one because I have done an unboxing of a Valentine's Day calendar, and it was inside. This fragrance was inside. It's 30 ml of La Nuit Trésor. La Nuit Trésor is one of the best sellers at the moment by Lancôme. and I use this fragrance anyway. And so the advent calendar had already such a good price point and has so many other things inside, and plus this fragrance that I'm using anyway, so I decided to get it because this is the fragrance I know and I love and I use, so why not to get it. I have four other fragrances to go through. This is the fragrance that is like it next to this Blossom Crush by Givenchy. And this is the Karl Lagerfeld fragrance. And this is Karl Lagerfeld by Karl Lagerfeld, I believe. And not so many people know that he did fragrances already like 23 years ago. Yeah, he did. And the fragrances were beautiful. And the price point is amazing because we have quality product for just a fraction of the designer prices. This is a very nice fragrance. It has flowers, it has magnolia, it has this, it's a very light flowery bouquet, very elegant one, but the kind of elegance that um, it doesn't seem like you are going out to be like on a wedding, you're a wedding guest, or you're a bride at the wedding. So it's elegant, but it's not like overly elegant, overly like um I want to say um like you are not the main figure of the day if you wear this fragrance. So you know what I mean? It doesn't attract all the attention, but you kind of smell good, but it doesn't make you the central figure of the day. You know, it's a very nice one, and the price point, as I've told you, it's very good. So do please pay attention, and do they did have a line of fragrances. I believe there are three fragrances that were this unisex fragrances. They had wood, and they had, well, all the range of this brand is very, very good. So I have another fragrance, and this is a very particular one. I have it there. This is Reveal by Calvin Klein. And so many people say that it has salt in it, but I can't feel the salt, and I don't like the salt. But I wear this fragrance, I love this fragrance. It doesn't have any salt for me. But what it has so many pepper. It has different types of pepper inside, and it has ambergris, and it's very particular. It was made as a feminine fragrance, right? But in my opinion, it's very, very unisexy, beautiful. It's kind of neutral, kind of a little bit metallic-y, but it doesn't. I don't believe it has metal note in it listed. I don't believe it. But it has this metallic-y scent to it, in my opinion. Not the metallic by Tom Ford, because metallic by Tom Ford, I own it, and in my opinion, it's one of the worst fragrances in the whole world. In fact, I'm more than willing to get rid of it, to sell it, but I can't find someone who would be willing to purchase it from me. Anyway, Reveal by Calvin Klein, beautiful, very, very nice fragrance. Last two fragrances. This is the Touch by Burberry, and as much as I love this fragrance, just the same amount of hatred goes to this bottle. The bottle is up there, right? The bottle is up there. It's a beautiful bottle. I like it, but in that size. In this size, in 100 ml size, this is like very bulky, very not attractive bottle. Anyway, the fragrance itself is beautiful. It's called Touch by Burberry, and it actually smells like touch. It's like if someone that you love, your dear friend, your dear person, your relative would be hugging you, would be touching you with this warmness and fondness, and it also smells like it feels like a cashmere blanket. I don't wear cashmere. I just wear cotton. I just wear cotton because of the psoriasis that I have on in some parts of my body, and cotton it's the best thing for me. So I stay away from wool, I stay away from cashmere. The only thing that I can actually wear is silk and cotton. That's it. So anyway, but the cashmere blanket is a little bit different. So it kind of smells, it feels like this warmness and this hug, this warm hug of the person that you know, or of the blanket. So this is so good, and it has such a good, nice. So many things in there. It has pimento. It has black currant. It has so many flowers in there. Some musks, very nice. And the last one, last but not least, as they say, right? So this is the Guerlain by Guerlain. This is the Guerlain, and this is Le Petit Robe Noir Black Perfecto, and this is of floral. Yes, it's the flowery fragrance, and this is the fragrance that actually very strange for me, because I'm not a fan of leather, of suede notes, of rose, God forbid, but this one, it has rose, three types of roses. It has some scent of suede, but I like it. The rose isn't very potent, it isn't very prominent. The suede, it kind of gives this warmness and this hug, just like in this fragrance. So it's a very nice fragrance, and plus I love Guerlain. I love all the fragrances by Guerlain, even though that I don't really like that much, but I love them because they're by Guerlain, right? Exception would be some not Samsara, obviously Shalimar. Shalimar, I just can't stand it. Shalimar is something horrible for me. It smells for me like burnt car tires. Yeah, forgive me those who love this fragrance, but I can't stand it. Anyway, something is happening to my voice. So anyway, these are the fragrances that I wanted to show you, and to wrap it up, I have to say that I'm all pro backups. I don't have a lot of backups, and I don't aim to add so many backups to my collection, because I don't have backups of every single fragrance, right? I just have backups of the fragrances that have meaning for me, like the fragrances that are discontinued and I know that I'm not able to get them, but when I see them at a good price point, I usually buy them because I like these fragrances anyway. Or the fragrances that are currently in production, but I find them in some kind of limited edition packaging, or maybe in some gift set, and they have been discontinued, or not discontinued, sorry, they have been put on sales. So the fragrances that are perfect, that are nice, that you can buy them today, tomorrow, and they are still in production, but they have been in some kind of gift set, so they have been heavily discounted. So yeah, these are the only two reasons that would justify for myself buying a backup. Otherwise, buying a backup of the fragrance that you can go out and buy, like for example, buying this backup of English Parent Frisia for 75 euros, then it costs 75, sometimes 79, it depends on the place. So there's no reason for me to go and buy it full price, right? Because I know that I can get this fragrance tomorrow, so I can only buy it when it is on sale. So yeah, and that's what I do. So these are my backups. I'm happy to have shown you the backups that I have, and I would really love to hear your thoughts on backups. Do you do backups? Do you have backups? Do you like backups? What do you have? Just tell me in the comments down below, and I thank you for your attention, and I will be seeing you on Wednesday. Bye.